everyone, welcome to Deepika Makeup. Hope you all are doing super awesome. So today we're going to talk about my love for makeup palettes, and I didn't realize that I have these many palettes until I started pulling out all my palettes to do this video. So this is my Perfect Palette tag. I have all my makeup palettes tagged in front of me, so let's jump right into the video. The first question is best packaging, and this has to go to my Too Faced Few of My Favorite Things palette. This is my favorite palette out of my entire makeup collection, and this came out in 2013 holiday season, released by Too Faced for Sephora, and I absolutely love it. It's pink, it's gold, and it's chevron print, so the cuteness is at its peak. So absolutely love it, and it comes with this really nice pouch so I can carry all my extra makeup that I want, and it also comes with Too Faced lip injection and also Better Than Sex mascara. And the most perfect thing here is the palette itself. It's amazing. First of all, the cuteness, love it. It's nice and sturdy, and it's very travel friendly as well. It has all the eyeshadows that I ever need, and the quality of the eyeshadows is just perfect. And I also have a pink peach blushes and Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which is one of their best sellers, and also their Sun Bunny highlighter. Absolutely perfect. This is my favorite palette out of my entire makeup collection. Alright, next question is best color payoff. Even though I have a lot of high-end palettes here, I have to go for my Wet n Wild palettes, my $3 palettes. These are just amazing in terms of pigmentation. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite palettes here is this palette, which is Sparkle Till Morning. I think this is limited edition. So one of my other favorite palettes is Comfort Zone. This is in their permanent line, and I have to show you a little demo of how pigmented these are. I'm going to swatch this dark color. There you go. That's a pigmentation. I just touched the palette and that's what I got. Amazing pigmentation. And this palette has a lot of MAC dupes, and this color particularly is 100% dupe for MAC Club eyeshadow, and this is just beautiful against our Indian skin tone. And as I said, amazing pigmentation. And they also have these trios for just $3, and one of my favorite is Knock on Wood, which is pretty much my everyday palette, and this creates a very beautiful subtle smoky eye, and I absolutely love this palette. And I don't really like their limited edition collections. For some reason, I picked up 4 or 5 of their limited edition collection palettes, and they always disappoint me. So I say do not get their limited edition collections. Just go for their permanent line and you will be just amazed. They also have these 5 pan eyeshadows in their Fergie line. I believe these are $3.99 or $4.99. I'm not really impressed with the other palettes in this collection, but I absolutely love this particular palette. The pigmentation of this is very good, and this has a matte coral in this palette, and finding a matte coral at drugstores is very difficult, so I love this one. So for the best pigmentation, I have to say Wet n Wild eyeshadows. Go for their permanent line and you will not be disappointed. Alright, the third question is most versatile, and I gotta pick my Lorac Pro palette. This palette literally has to be on my vanity every single day, and I use this pretty much 4 or 5 times a week, literally. And this is my go-to palette when I go to work. I can create a simple eye look to a very intense smoky eye with this palette. I can do all matte eye makeup, I can do all shimmery eye makeup, I can mix both of these. I have my perfect brow powder, I have a very good transition color, and I have a very good crease color, I have a very good definer color, I have a very good all over lid color. Coming to the shimmery ones, I have some very good all over lid colors, and especially this garnet is very complimenting for our brown girls. And this palette is just perfect. I can do endless looks with this palette, and I use all the colors in this palette except this matte white eyeshadow, which looks very harsh on me, but otherwise this palette is just perfect. I can do anything with this palette. Perfect. And if you know me already, I am obsessed with neutral makeup, and this has to be the most versatile palette in my collection. Alright, fourth question is best for traveling. When I'm traveling, I just take palettes which take less space, and also I don't really experiment when I'm traveling. I only do makeup which I know they look good on me and are very quick to create. So I go with my Lorac Pro palette again. This is nice and sleek. It doesn't really take much space, and I literally use this palette all the time. So I have some very quick and trusted makeup looks here. So that's the reason I go with this one for the most part. The only thing I have to be very careful with this palette is about keeping it clean. The texture of this packaging is very different. It's like a rubbery thing. So one stain on this packaging, it's there for life. You can't really clean it. So that's the only thing that I have to be very careful about this. And the other palette that I also travel with is my MUA Undressed palette. This again is a very great palette. This is a very close dupe for the Naked Original palette, and I absolutely love this. I have some all over lid colors that I actually love from this palette, so that's the reason I travel with this one, so I can create a one shadow look. So I usually apply this gold color all over my lid and put my bronzer in the crease. I'm good to go. I have a couple of other looks with this palette that I really like. They're very quick and they look very complimenting on me. So this is another palette I travel a lot with. Alright, moving on to the fifth question, biggest regret. I have a couple of palettes that I regret buying. The first one being my Stila palette. I think this came in 2011 or 2010 holiday collection, and I absolutely regret buying. I hardly use this for 2 or 3 times, that's it. And the palette looks very, very beautiful. Presentation, everything is very good. It has a very famous Stila's kitten right in the middle, and it's very, very powdery, and it has intense fallout. Not just that, most of the eyeshadows in here has intense fallout, and also these blush colors doesn't show up well on my skin. I have to really pack these blushes on my skin to show up, and the bronzer here is of no use for my skin. So yeah, biggest regret is this palette. And I didn't really pay much because I actually got that from Nordstrom, so I didn't pay the full price for it. Maybe I just paid like 20 bucks or something, but that's a regret. The palette that I regret buying is my e.l.f. palette. I didn't really pay much, maybe just $5. But I regret keeping this in my collection because I hardly used it for 3 or 4 times. The colors in here look very, very beautiful. Some colors here look very complimenting on our Indian, brown skin, but the pigmentation is just awful. The worst are the matte eyeshadows. I can't really get anything on my finger. The shimmery eyeshadows, they swatch well. As you can see, they swatch well, but I can't pick up any color with the brush and put it on my eyelid. They are very chalky, very powdery. They have very intense fallout, and the e.l.f. primer, which is made for these eyeshadows by the same company, doesn't work for these eyeshadows. So that says it all. Alright, best color names, and I have to pick my NARS Danmari palette. You know the names of NARS products, right? So that says it all. I have their blush palette which came in, I think, 2011 or 2012 holiday collection. It's definitely a limited edition, but I'm not really sure which year. So I have 6 colors, very, very beautiful colors, and I use this palette a lot. And I have Orgasm, Super Orgasm, Desire, Sin, Casino, and Hungry Hearts. So those are the names of the colors here, and I think that's really best. And the other palette which I actually like the names is the Sigma Dare palette. I don't really use this palette much. It's just that I forgot that I have this palette, but now I have to use this because it's spring and the colors in here are absolutely perfect. The names are Surrender, Grasp, Chase, Escape, Reveal, Catch, Shout, and Vanish. So I actually like the colors, the names are good. It also comes with this brush. This is one of my favorite brush, Sigma E45 and Sigma E20, which is a great smudger brush. So yeah, I like this palette, and the names here are again very cute for me. Okay, next question is least used palette, and I actually have 2. I literally hunted for these palettes, and fortunately I forgot that I have these in my collection now. And I'm going to do some looks with this one. These palettes are the Sephora Pro Lesson palettes, and this is for brown eyes and this is for green eyes. And I actually love the colors in here, and I'm going to do some tutorials with these. I'm trying to open this. It's just really, really hard to open. So this is the brown eyes. So it has a huge mirror. It comes with a nice this pencil which really works very well. These are Sephora YEUX eyes, and these pencils really work very well. The colors in here are very complimenting for brown eyes, and for our skin tones this natural colors are very good, and the green eyes palette also is very good. So I'm going to do some looks with that. So those are my least used palettes. I swatched those but I haven't used them. And the other palette that I never used is one of my new palettes. This is the Lorac Little Black palette. This is an amazing palette. I recently got this, so I haven't got a chance to use it. So I'm going to make looks with this one as well. So I swatched this but I haven't used it. Let me give you the swatches. Look at the amazingness. This palette is just amazing, and I found it on sale for 20 bucks or something on Sephora and literally jumped and got this. So yes, those are my least used palettes. Okay, moving on to the most used palette, and this has to be my Lorac Pro palette again because I use that palette to pieces. I literally am obsessed with that palette. And the other palette which I use more than the Lorac Pro palette is the custom made palette, and this palette was made by my friend. And I actually keep my very trusted eyeshadows and blushes here, and I just switch this blush whenever I want to, but right now I have NYX Peach, and my favorite eyeshadow is Calvin Klein eyeshadow in Arctic, and the dupe for this is in the Little Black palette. And I also have my Wet n Wild Penny, which you can't find this eyeshadow, but you can get MAC's Expensive Pink or Makeup Geek's Cosmopolitan. I have MAC Vanilla Pigment, it's just a staple. And I have my highlight color, which is a dupe for MAC Brulee. This is from the Wet n Wild Vanity palette. And I also have skin tone eyeshadow from the Wet n Wild Vanity palette. You can pick up any skin tone color, or you can substitute it with your you know, regular makeup compact powder. So that's the palette I use more than my Lorac Pro palette. This and the Lorac Pro palette are always on my vanity, very handy. So that's that. And palette which is most loved, again it has to go with this and the Lorac Pro palette. And the last question is Desert Island palette, and I think I will go with my Too Faced, few of my favorite things again, because I have my neutrals here, because I can't live without neutral eyeshadows. So I have very good neutrals here. I can use this as my eyebrow color, I can use this as my all over lid color, and I have my very good crease color, and I have some all over lid colors in here that I absolutely love. So that's that. And for the blushes, I have my staple pink blush, peach blush. I also have a bronzer which I absolutely love, and a highlighter. And I can carry that palette and some brushes and some lip products in this bag, and I can go to the desert island. So that finishes the tag. I hope you like this video. Please hit on the thumbs up button if you like this video, and please share my videos with your friends and family so they can get information from my videos. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel to stay updated with my future videos and also to support me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.